but this can be punished quite a lot in the game. I think the Buck Stonks, they crushed the groups, and then in the playoffs they fell off.
Yeah, absolutely.
They had a bit of problems in the groups, so at least that is different.
But we're getting some early damage onto Divide. Nisha's already right behind, and that first blood goes for Boxy. Wind Ranger's gonna get himself a nice influx of gold to start the game.
Miserable.
Yeah, so far Divide not even in double digits in terms of CS, but they're gonna make a play onto Tofu and try and take down that Muerta. It's a very close call, but Schofield's gonna be the one to fall first. Tofu will pick that one up. Mickey out of mana for the time being. They're gonna let that Pango be there, where he's trying to enable his mid laner as much as possible instead of helping out Divide in the lane. There's like a clear instruction on how they want to play this one out. But Nisha jumping in deep with the orb. There's gonna be the fall off from Schofield. Another Remnant in there as well. Do they have the burst required to take him down? Whisper dropping quite low as well, but there we go. There's the Mind Flare. And Nisha will go down to Schofield. Divide, however, with that barrier, is it going to be enough? It's a plus 100 on top of his HP, so he should be good. As Mickey and Tofu, they deal a lot of damage to him, but can't take the Pango down.
You know, Schofield might be good.
Another opportunity arises. There we go. I do feel like this is what we see like once every 5 or every 6 DK games, going for that Mage Laser build. But they're going to be jumping onto Boxy, get the stun out there. Tofu also in the rip off by Whisper. Nisha's going to zone out King Jungle while Whisper's almost done with Tofu. A couple more jabs should do it. There we go, the Remnant explosion with the Overload, and Whisper taking Tofu down. KJ will do the same thing for the side of Heroic. And looking for these big influxes at 10-11 minutes. There's Yuma taking his rotation, followed up by Schofield's stun, but they're out of damage, and Yuma will go down as Boxy is also getting pushed away. Whisper in trouble, manages to get the jump away, had that illusion rune for himself. Without it, he would have died. Schofield pops the Carapace, and still being chased by Ace, doesn't quite get the Chakram to connect.
You can see the difference that it makes that you don't have the tower there, right? This Pango is running
Pango
toward
roll.
the mid lane.
Divide still coming back in, straight onto Tofu. They got the stun lock on that Muerta support. They really need that kill. They'll get that one, but it might come at a cost because your Pugna's also going down. KJ losing his life there.
Your first timings are going to be the level 6s on the supports, mainly the Nyx Assassin, so that's the one that you're looking for.
Trying to go for a quick play here into Schofield. Tofu with the silence, but he got the Carapace off, slows them down slightly. Whisper hitting the back line as well. They got Tofu under control. Here comes the Pango as well. They take Tofu. They get one on the side of Heroic. Can they get a second one with Nisha getting pulled in with the Vortex as well? He got the orb out, 16 HP. No, sir. You ain't getting out of this one, and Heroic reply with 2 quick kills.
He silenced the Nyx Assassin. So he got the Spike Carapace off. Then the Waning Rift was used over that Spike Carapace, giving Schofield time.
They're not done. They're not done yet. That's going to be the Vendetta reveal as well, as they've got them level 6 on the Nyx Assassin, and another kill going their way. Divide being chased by Mickey. 10 seconds cooldown still on that Dragon Tail. Can Tofu land a dead shot? Nope, he cannot get it out in time. That Rolling Thunder goes through first.
And tried to fight in the bottom lane. If they don't do it, then probably would have been a better choice to kill a courier.
A lot of traffic coming down the top lane. Divide gonna be in trouble here. The coil's already connected, and with the stun lock, they've got the damage. They'll take him out. Easy grab there for Liquid. And they are pinging bottom instantly. There's a lot of traffic coming this way too. Ace gonna get hit by the first stun from Schofield. Whisper right there. Yuma to follow with a silent stun as well. And they'll be able to take themselves a trade, so both offlaners will pay with their lives.
Yep, turns out to be a good idea not to go for the Vendetta.
Very crucial, or at least got to focus on where you're going to be playing these areas. Let's see, the rune's going to be spawning bottom, and that's going to be a shield rune. Nisha heading onto the high ground. They only went for the chase on Schofield, able to dodge this one. Can they retaliate? He's going for Nisha, going for the puck. Storm coming in from the side as well. They take Nisha down, and that could be a start for Heroic. Can they focus down the DK? Looks like they'll be able to take him out without any response coming in from Liquid. That's a double for Yuma, and even more going straight after Boxy. Push him away, get that Wind Ranger out of the way, and open up that tower. Like we said, that next fight is going to be really important for either of these sides.
Back, and now they're playing around their sentries, so a little bit of a harder approach for Heroic this time.
Divide is full under vision here. The Pierce the Veil comes out just in time as they're going to go on that. Kez, he's going to get feared up. Silenced again. Yuma trying to make the escape here. He's down to 300. He's got nothing left. He can't even change his stance right now. Goes for the early parry. Whisper coming in for the rescue. Divide going to follow up on that as well and try to focus on that Muerta and keep Mickey out. But Mickey just goes in for the blink. He goes in for the kill and keeps on poking Whisper. And with that Mace Slayer, is it enough? King Jungle's given a bit of extra healing in there. Schofield comes in. He smacks and he takes Mickey down, and that's a 3-1 trade. Heroic's going to be very happy with that.
Yeah, we were watching the chase on Kez, but in the puck, I feel like in this game in particular, there's going to be a Rolling Thunder or the Impale waiting for you once you're landing.
This time the reaction's on point.
So greedy.
Always want that Vendetta, extra damage to secure a potential kill. Whisper's gonna have to use that 9-second BKB charge. Gonna go straight for the Timber, get some jabs in there. Heroic are bringing in the reinforcements though. They still have to lock down onto this Timber saw. Double gotta be right on top of him as well. They're gonna be able to take down Ace. Here comes Mickey though. They got the fear from the dead shot at least, and now the silence as well onto the Pangoliers. They're going for the escape. Schofield on the side, just giving some a bit of assistance there for Whisper. But this fight, let's see if they can still get something with the Rolling Thunder. Liquid looking for the reinitiation, goes straight for Whisper. They take down the Storm Spirit. That's going to be a big one for them. That's 2 already out from the side of Heroic. The Remnants have to retreat.
Yeah, you can see that. You want to live. Oh, this is the perfect time for Heroic to strike because they didn't get the BKB delivered and no puck heals just yet. Oh, they got him now.
And that's one way to start. You got them Muerta out first around here. They can get themselves into position. They can't really force Heroic to play around that ward that they placed down. Looks like they're just going to dodge this completely and take that gate and move away. They do hit something, and they're like, wait a minute, is that a Pugna? Yep, that's a Pugna. We'll take that.
You wanted more. That is a good disengage from Heroic. The angle on your side.
Oh, they saw Whisper for a second. He also sees Liquid coming in. King Jungle's going to be the one caught him with a Gale Force. Easy lockdown, easy burst. Pugna, not exactly your strongest hero. CP's is welcoming back home for Heroic. Let's see if they're willing to take this one now. They're still going into that Aegis. Schofield is charging in first. There's no sentry down to the ground, so that DK is going to get focused on right away. And they're going to take Mickey and get themselves an opener. All those BKB charges have been burnt, though. Do they have a TP canceled? They do. That Rolling Thunder is still going to last for long enough for them to focus down on Muerta and get themselves a second on the side of Heroic.
Very fast decision making coming out from Heroic, right? BK doesn't have...
And Nighttime as well. No idea where he went. Just don't have a clue.
That was so close to them spotting him, and they got him in the end.
Well, they did find him, but he is healing like a madman. Goes straight back to full HP. Glimmer is about to run out now, and they're going to spot him, as there's also the Nyx Assassin on the side. But is this just both supports dead? It doesn't look like it. Liquid going to find 2 kills for themselves without a response, and that's a dominating spree as well for the DK out of all heroes. That's a lot of... If the game ends this way, this would be a first.
Nisha still has the Aegis.
Gonna get jumped on with a Hex coming out from Whisper. The follow-up there to try and take that Aegis down. Nice save coming in from the Muerta, giving that Glimmer Cape a chance to fight back. But the DK is dropping really low. Mickey gonna be chased by Yuma. They take him down. BKB down as well, so even if he buys back, he will not have it, nor his form. Meanwhile, Kez taking some big hits there from Ace, but Schofield giving the interruption, the disruption there as well. But they do have that Storm almost fully taken down. Whisper, he escapes from the fight. Buck is also still being dealt with, but he does have that Aegis. He'll have a second life. And Heroic, they're going to start pondering at this point. When are we getting out? Are we getting out of this one? Do we have to fight all the way to the end? Because they've just lost Yuma. And there's the second round from the puck. Nisha going to focus on Davai, trying to go for the TP out. It's not going to work out. The shackle shot's there to cancel the escape.
What a nice way to turn the targets from the puck. They jump,
but you got limits. You have limits. You need to be able to reset fully for a moment until you can be going back in. KJ, he's in some serious trouble in front of a tier 3 tower. That's going to be another one for Liquid. There's a bonus.
Well, Liquid, they want to make something happen right now.
Just picked up the Daedalus as well for the Kez. This could be a chance for Heroic to respond as well if they can just get in a good position. Making with the instant silence on him. They do have Davai rolling on the spot. Yuma, look at the damage he's dealing to that DK. He's pushing Mickey completely out of the fight, and DK gets nothing out in this one. But can Heroic take it in the end? The puck's almost getting blown up by Yuma, and there's the follow-up. They take Nisha down as well. Heroic finding big kills for themselves. Ace is also pushed to the side. Liquid can't fight this one. All the damage is gone, and all of you are dead. 3 on the side of Heroic. Cleanly take that fight, and that Daedalus timing couldn't have been any better for the Keds.
Yeah, it's
we got ourselves a big AoE Vortex also coming up for that Storm Spirit.
Getting delivered.
Things are getting, you know, very hairy. No pun intended, as they're going to be jumping on Tofu, take themselves the first kill. Davai going to get the Rolling Thunder out as well. Ace, he'll try to disrupt Schofield, try to get some damage, but there's the Aeon Disc popping. Can he make a run out of this one, though? He's stunning a lot of people. Whisper, waiting for those BKBs to run out. 2-man stun from Schofield as well.
Yuma
Schofield out survived this entire fight. Whisper going for the reset, jumping down onto the low ground, and Yuma with a big jump in with the Raptor dance and trying to focus on that Timber Saw. He's dropping low, 700 HP still to go through, and he cannot take him down. Not at least fully. The Decrypt save there from King Jungle to prevent any extra damage onto Yuma. He keeps his Aegis for now. But They are still deciding to stick around. Still 1 minute 40 seconds left on that Aegis on the Kez. Davai going for the aggressive jump in. Nice roll-up timing. Manages to dodge the stuns. The Vortex hits the backline, and Ace is almost gone down completely. Gale Force is there, but is it going to be enough? It doesn't look like it necessarily, because they've blown up the Kez for the first time. The coil is onto the Storm. 20 seconds until he has a BKB up on Whisper. Yuma goes for the Raven's Veil to get himself out of there. Davai also rolling Thunder to safety, but he needs to help out that Storm. BKB. They're going in and out with their recycling movements, but Liquid, they got a good amount of control in this fight. They've kept their composure. Mickey's been dealing damage throughout this entire engagement, and this is probably one of the better fights for Liquid. Heroic, they weren't quite sure what they can get out of this fight, but Liquid knew exactly how to prolong just long enough to take the spirit out of Heroic.
Yeah, so it allows this team to poke. There's those Aetoses, those Gleipnirs, the pokes, and finally, when heroes start dying, then Mickey shows up.
Wait for it as they're gonna go on the DK once again with the lockdown. This time it's gonna be enough, and Mickey out for 80 seconds. Ace, he's gonna have to retreat out of this one, and Nisha following and watching. Heroic will find a kill. It does come out with a buyback from Schofield, but they're looking to find another. He's in position to maybe find that Timbersaw.
They want the supports.
Or instead, they might just go for Tofu. Good Gale Force there from Boxy. Able to slow down Schofield just enough so his scuttle runs out from his ult. Still on the chase though, the silence is there. There's the stun, and Davai with a rolling thunder to follow. They also found themselves in a deep position here, but no response from Liquid. They don't have that DK. They're gonna have to give this one up. So we're going coast to coast to coast, basically. Ever go for the Battle of Fury on the Tango?
Yes, you got it.
So we did go for.
I'm kidding, he didn't.
Of course. Now you're making jokes on me. Nisha gonna get jumped on by Whisper as they also have that DK at the back. Schofield hits the stun on one. The Yules and Nisha saved him from that initial stun as well. Boxy does get the Shackles off to follow. That's a damn tanky Storm Spirit. They're getting pulled in with a Gale Force. He gets a BKB off though and able to reset. That Nyx Assassin not gonna be as lucky. That's gonna be a dieback. He's gone for 105 seconds on the Nyx and looking for even more. Ace, if only he knew. Probably didn't have the detection with him. And that could have been a catch on the Pango potentially. He sees Yuma, goes in for the Gleipnir. Nisha's gonna follow up. That's a BKB to get the teleport off.
No bashers, he's gonna be able to get himself away, but Liquid, the way that they're fighting in this game right now, they have to be staying back and waiting.
There's a chance we might even get like a double Vendetta off because it's already coming off cooldown by the time this fight's potentially starting. Liquid will now finally smoke themselves up too. Mickey's already popped. Schofield is nearby. They see where he is and he rushes in. He gets hit by the dust, gets caught by the rod. There's the backline hit as well, but the Storm Spirit trying to lock down that Mickey DK. Ace and Muerta also right next to each other. And there's that Storm just getting blown to smithereens. They'll get Whisper. Yuma will find a response off of Boxy. That's just the support win though. And we're down to a 4v4. The whole split from Heroic going in multiple directions. Going for that Delta split. Ace is still on the chase though. Boxy coming in with the buyback. They've got Davai locked in and he will die as well. All spells on cooldown. Nothing he could have done in that situation.
That was a... Yep, he's opening up his inventory.
All right, let's see if there's a potential steal attempt from Schofield. He's going to try and make the play. He got so close, but he won't be able to pick it up as he gets sent up in the air with the Yules. And it doesn't look like he got anything out of the pit. Very valuable play. Tofu is going to drop to Yuma. He'll find one, and they're all surrounding that Nyx Assassin. Finally take down Big Bad Evil Schofield. But man, that was really close. That timing was almost perfect. And there's...
they just don't like the Roche items.
I mean, it's been a while since we've seen Liquid on this side of the map going for an objective. Last time around, they got pushed back. Is it going to be the same case again? Two-man lockdown. The leash is there from the coil onto two, but big damage coming in from Heroic. They got Nisha. They're going to go for Ace as well. He does get the axe off, though, so he has that extra barrier for himself, and he's going to explode in a second. Whisper almost blows up because of it, but he was able to get out with 500 HP. Mickey still holding onto that Aegis, and Schofield getting caught at the back. Nisha did come in with a buyback, and understanding this is a chance for Liquid to deal some serious damage to that Heroic base, given that they win that fight. So double gem strategy, not a bad idea. He brought it with him as well from the base.
DK now has over 50 armor.
There's the Nullifier, the Hex coming out onto the DK. Big three-man Vortex, followed up by the Pango. Schofield with a follow-up stun, but just not enough damage. They're not able to take down Mickey or Ace or Tofu, and it's dragging along for such a long time. Another stun from Schofield with the Carapace, and now Liquid's going for the turn. Mickey's right there, Ace Life flies right through. Whisper's low, they'll take down Yuma. They got the Kaz, and they'll look for even more. Keep Heroic stuck inside their base. Schofield taking some punishment from Nisha, and Ace is going to be right next to him as well. Got the fear off as well from the dead shot. Blink stunned, the GK set himself up for a potential kill here to the side of Heroic, and they got the Aegis. That will be one way to go. Can they keep it up? Boxy is out. Nisha doesn't want to have anything to do with this fight, and that DK, no TP, cancelled by the Basher, and they'll take Mickey down as well. Heroics not letting go of this game easily, Harry.
But it's gonna be very, very hard. I think this DK might be the only one that you can dangle forward, and I'm not even sure that even he survives through the damage of Heroic.
Yuma's gonna get to work. That building's taking a lot of damage. Whisper was hoping to find two heroes. Instant call from Nisha. They got the lockdown. They got themselves that Muerta dealt with Divide. Trying to deal as much as possible on that Muerta, but is it going to be enough with Whisper following up as well? He got the Pierce to bail out. Whisper gonna have to BKB himself out, but he got themselves that Vortex on two, and Nisha won't be able to right click through. They got themselves Divide out. They got themselves the Storm to safety. Long-range dead shot comes in flying onto King Jungles, but Liquid with two members down will suffice with just pushing Heroic away. For now, they are marching out. That's a 25 Nyx too. Everyone's pretty much closing up on that timing, but they're going to get the jump. The Carapace comes up first. Whisper follows up with the Vortex jump for the backline. Divide's going to be following on this as well. It's going to be really easy for the Pango to keep them controlled, but they want to break that fight. Liquid once again on the move, and Ace is instantly following on Schofield. Close to getting it. He's one of the flowers, keeps himself up and running, but Schofield already dead and still fighting in the jungle side. Nisha holding his ground. Divide will go down. Liquid get themselves 2 kills. And that might just be a situation where you might have to force that buyback from the Pango.
Spike Carapace, okay guys, don't panic, take it easy. We'll run him down when he doesn't have it, and we just got the way on this.
And there's another jump as well. The banner is placed down, but there's no creeps around as they got the coil again on 2, doing a bit of damage there. Isn't going to be enough for Nisha as they got a set up as well from Schofield. Divide on the side, he's still got the Storm in the middle. The fear is there. Mickey is down. Whisper will fall as well. Ace will take that one for himself. Heroic though, down to 4. They're still not buying back the Storm. They know it's a pretty crucial play. Nice force-up saves, not gonna be enough. Nisha will get the kill on Schofield anyway. He's down for 2 minutes. The Ratrax going down. It's time to wake up. There's some DOTA going on.
And the Rapier as well.
Almost closing up in a 6-minute game. Heroic's gonna get the jump on there. The Timber getting almost blown up. There's the heal coming in from that first cheese at least. But is it going to be enough for Heroic to get that Timber down and out of the way? The lockdown is there. Ace will fall and pushing away that Muerta as well. Down to 3 on the side of Liquid. Heroic will get to hold, but it comes with a buyback from Whisper. Can Yuma find another? No, but Whisper's gonna go for the chase onto that Muerta, get the lockdown in, and take Tofu down. Still hungry for more, but Whisper can't find another target. And Heroic get to stretch the game a bit more.
It's even easier to do so.
And the reason we've been even bringing up these tier 5 neutrals and their importance because this game has been so tight up till this point. Tofu smoke bombs, they know exactly where they're coming from. The instant call from Nisha, and they've got themselves the cast control. But Yuma, will he survive long enough? No! He's going down for this one. And Heroic down, a big member of their team. Schofield is also low. Divine trying to control the backline, but Mickey's dishing out big hits. And they got themselves King Jungles down as well. The Helm of the Undying will keep him alive for a bit longer. Storm going for the TP out for the BKB. It's a long teleport, but he's able to get out just in time. 2 members of Heroic down do have buybacks.
First one initiating, they have their items to fight you, so it's now or never. The Storm Spirit zipping in.
Schofield got jumped on first. He's almost losing his life completely here. This Nyx Assassin is not coming back, and there's no response from Heroic. They're just gonna let him fall. Schofield out for over 1.5 minutes. Whisper comes in, gets with the buyback as well. Divide gonna fall off, and then a split is going to be enough to take down these Liquid heroes though, as there's Ace still in the middle. Pango still surviving. Mickey hasn't lost any of his HP. Too strong indeed. Pushes Divide all the way back. And GG, that is game number 1 in the bag for Liquid.
Pretty much how Bird versus a Dragon should go. He's been killing him for the entirety of the game, and now it has come to a point where I take your item, and then I take your life.
What a fight they put up here, both sides. It was bouncing back and forth. The balance.
They're gonna get something that's gonna make it very, very hard for Heroic to get the initial kill.
Might be seeing some early fighting as well, based on the positions here. Boxy's already got info, places down vision, sees Divide with that Viper. And he's kind of going alone here for the time being. He's got some backup now behind him, but let's see.
Sucks.
Entertainment's what the crowd wanted. That's what they're going to get. But is Devi the one to fall first or Mickey? Mickey is low. Devi's the one who dies first. 3-2-2 gold and everything as Schofield wants to lock him down. He needs another hit, but the Jakiro's going to slow him down. And worst case scenario, Schofield might still die because he went so deep in here. And Tofu needs 5 seconds for another Liquid Frost to go off. So Schofield's going to try and juke around, snowball for a second, get some Tango regen going his way. Has stick charges and fairy fires, but no sir. That's going to be 2 kills for Liquid to start the game. Here,
we'll see.
On the other side, it looks like Ace was able to pick up 1 from Yuma and KJ.
There are way too many creeps, right? When there's that many creeps, and you really don't want to be fighting and losing a couple of those underneath your tower.
Ace's courier down as well, and KJ gets the job done. That's going to be the first one for Heroic. Also, Nisha tanking almost that full diabolic edict, but the creep wave sticks in between. Still, it's going to be enough. Whisper takes down Nisha at the end. See how that one works out. Looking at net worth, Kez and Viper both at the bottom, but not by that much. As Devi's going to get jumped on. Here's the TP in from the Tusk. But Tofu is doing quite a lot of work here. Now they're going to try and get something done here as a trade. Schofield slowing down Mickey. 6 stacks of poison might just be enough for Devi to get that kill. And the poison is enough. And now turning their attention to Tofu. Get themselves a second. Devi fighting to the bitter end. And Tofu will finally drop. Schofield was hoping he could leave the kill. Meanwhile in mid, Whisper strikes again. Intended on the side of Heroic, and look who's here as well. Make that a third. Tofu, Mickey trying to hold to the safety of that tower, and here comes the Bane. They would want to focus that DK down, but the Snapfire TP coming out. They're in a good defensive position. Gonna try and jump on Devi here. Boxy with a slow. Snowball is there to buy some time for Devi to survive, but it's too much to deal with. Viper, who barely has any armor, just cannot withstand that little shredder, as KJ is also getting poked by Tofu, and he's close to getting another kill going here. He does go for another brain sap, and Whisper is just tearing that mid lane apart. KJ is still running away from Tofu's Jakiro, and Tofu gets the kill, but man, that mid lane at 6 minutes, it's 1,000 net worth difference already between Whisper and Nisha. Whisper making his comeback to the mid lane after years of playing it, and he's schooling Nisha right now.
He's not done, right? He's schooling Nisha. Now
going for the next one. Going straight for the next one with that level 7 up and Ace. He can't say much about it. Whisper dominating. The jungle being farmed up. Nisha jumping on KJ. Whisper almost an entire mana pool gone. He can't stick around for too long. Yuma's also bringing in the creep wave, so there's not much damage to go with, but Liquid, they're bringing in the numbers to at least fend off King Jungles, get themselves a kill on that Bane, but they really wanted to protect this triangle. They'll get themselves that 1 kill, push away the Leshrac and the Kez.
Still, we've been getting more and more of those. I think we've said it to the rare side a couple of times. Whisper is in.
Yep, that's a blink reveal. That's a pretty easy catch. And this is what you love to do as a Lesh as well. Just have that blink ready and be anywhere else except the lane. As they're going to be jumping onto that Tide Hunter Yuma. Quite early burst, the break is still there. Is it going to be enough to take him down fully? And finally, the Kraken is going to be able to get that extra damage reduction on his side. But as it runs out, all of your defensive capabilities fall, and Heroic will find another pick and maybe even another tower, as Boxy and Nisha are kind of panicking in the triangle as well. Like, we gotta get some stacks going, but can we? Fiend Script catches Nisha, Whisper right next to him. Is it enough though with Whisper's damage? A post-mortem kill, but Tofu's gonna be able to take down Whisper at least, and Tofu, he's putting down that fire on King Jungles and Schofield, and the support duo going on a bit of a hunt. Boxy trying to break some ankles here. The Tusk is already moving away. Looks like KJ's just gonna let him go this time around.
Nice attempt from Liquid there.
Quite a lot for them to make some plays, and let's see if they can get in position. This is a really big kill. Now they finally spot him, and the blink into the Diabolic Edict, and this Mickey DK just doesn't stand a chance. Whisper could have done it all by himself, but he wants to bring in his good buddy Schofield.
He has the DK farmed well in that lane, which was a little bit unexpected, but they still got the tower, and that is what Heroic were going for.
Boxy's trying to come in for the rescue for Tofu. He probably had that cookie, but he's just waiting for that shard. But the Walrus Punch actually cancels out that animation, so he's flying in the air, getting hit by the cookie, but he's not actually moving. Someone's dying. Daytime, at least, you get some kind of sense that they're moving from here or they're moving from there. And now Liquid, they're sending in reinforcements. They're going to lose the tower. But maybe they can trade off of Schofield and potentially continue going from here. There is a Ravage, there is a Macropire, and a Mortimer's Kisses, so Heroic somebody else. Scan does connect. They know exactly someone's here, but it's going to be the Snapfire who walks in between, so maybe Boxy's going to be an extra. Whisper doesn't want to lose his Blink Dagger, so he's trying to dodge around and was hoping he could still continue with the final seconds of that Diabolic Edict, but...
yeah, cores don't really get the Yules any longer.
Yep.
Trying to make a play.
Radiant Scan does connect. They know they're about, and Whisper, he's going to have the backup, but is Schofield going to make it in time? Whisper's already so damn low. The Beanscript comes out as well, and the Walrus punch into the air, but Nisha's released. Whisper with a blink away. Nisha's still going for him. Can he find him? Hits him on the high ground. Takes him down. Nisha finds a kill and takes that streak away from Whisper. Finally, some vengeance for the man, as Mickey also took KJ, and Schofield's being chased. Mortimer's Kisses. Burn, baby. Throw in that fire. Snowball onto the high ground, gets vision on the cat. Yuma coming in for the interruption, trying to take down Boxy. Gets hit by the Ravage. Ace will lock him down. And Liquid on a roll. Multiple kills in a row. Davai and Schofield. Now they break the DK. Ace will take the front line. Tofu's still there. They are not killing this DK instantly. Finally falls. But Davai, is he going to get that back up from the Bane in time? As Davai's looking for another. Here comes Nisha for round number 2 for the Storm. And make it another kill for him. Davai gets a double at the end. And KJ, you just TP'd in. And Nisha's got no mana, so you got to be very happy that you're going to keep your life intact. But what a long fight.
Yeah, maybe he wouldn't have even gotten his life intact there, but it does help you to deal with the Tusk. When you see this Heroic lineup, they want to jump in and burst somebody down. That is what the Lesh brings you. With that force, that's not going to be easy. They want to jump in first, though.
He's got an invis on himself as well, and he's going to reveal himself right on top of Whisper, and everybody connects on that, so that's an easy pick there. And a big kill. That takes DK first place in net worth now. 500 gold ahead of that Leshrac and the
discernment and the way that they're dodging ganks, they've been pretty good. I sometimes am looking like, do they have a Kayasha?
Oh, they might just lose this Bane trying to go for an initiation onto Ace. He's burning all of the healing tools that he has, and Ace is still not going to give up. He'll go for the chase there. Blade Mail also up. Davai can't do any damage. Ravage coming out as well. And locking in that support, Davai. He's trying to do some damage onto this Jakiro. He's TPing out, and the Force Staff, oh, it's going to be brought even closer for the kill. KJ came in with the buyback, and Heroic feeling that they need to get something done, but the Storm just completely dodges this with the ball line, and he goes on the other side of the map and left Heroic just questioning where did they go.
First, before that actually happens, before you have control of the side lanes.
The exit is cut out. There's nowhere to go. The Courier also shows their position. Mickey instantly going for Schofield. Tusk is a good target to go for it. And Yuma is still in there. He's trying to make a run for it as well. Does have that Raptor dance, and he's barely healing at all. Liquid still going to be on the chase for him. The Mortimer's Kiss is giving the vision as well. Goes for the Shadow side and gets a reflection onto Mickey. Mickey with the BKB. He's dropping very low on his hero right now, but will he survive? Yuma will go down without Aegis, and Mickey is down. Davai, he will hold the ground. The Fiend Script spent on Ace. He'll blubber to spell it away and continue going. Croaker coming into action, but I got a bigger Croaker, I got a tight hunter in my team, and Davai finally taken down. Nisha being focused on, and that Storm, he's gonna be done for. Heroic will get themselves the kills they were looking for. And with the help of that Aegis, it is Liquid that pays the ultimate price.
And it only
the
took
map
them
slightly. They're still playing with that Dominator creep down in bottom. I think that might actually be Viper's creep, but they're gonna run into Boxy. That's not the optimal target, that's something. But I think this is one of those good deaths from the side of Liquid, that Boxy just scouted out an incoming smoke gank. The funny thing is, Liquid actually gets respawn thanks to that, so they'll get a trade going. Mass TPs though. Can they get that Tide Hunter? Ace is in a pretty awkward position. This is going to be a pretty big pick for them. Getting him out of the way, saves himself with the Yules for a couple seconds longer, allows the Storm Spirit to move away, and also get that TP off the Jakiro. But Whisper, it will turn out to be a 2-1 trade in the end for Heroic.
Yeah,
if it respawns instantly after Heroic gets to move out, but let's see what comes out of this one. The smoke up from the high ground. Yuma down to the low ground. The vision down. They see him. There's the initiation. Will they get Shala? Shala comes in with the snowball save for the time being. Whisper in the middle of everybody. And now DK's going to get broken. The Fiend Script coming out as well. They're going to take down Mickey. Focus down on Ace. Put him in the air. Tofu's getting finished up by Whisper on the side of the fight. And Nisha's got all of his mana. Spent Liquid. They've got no resources. They're done. They're done with this fight. Heroic. They've got more than enough. And take another double for Yuma. And Tidehunter's the only one to make it out of this fight by the looks of it. Really big fight for Heroic. Liquid, they were about to get to those timings. Sneak away. Being the only one to survive, Heroic. They're going to go straight back to action, and that's going to be one target right in front of him. It's going to be Tofu with a quick jump. Whisper, Schofield, Yuma instantly on top.
just be enough. I still think that you should have enough damage to, let's say, bring down a Kez if you're jumping on him, even if it's a Bane and the Tusk in the vicinity.
Oh, Nisha's getting set up on this. The initiation from Yuma into the Fiend's Grip, and Nisha's got no chance whatsoever. King Jungles with the lock-in, and Yuma for the kill. They were already ready and waiting for that one, and Snapfire trying to make a run for it, TPing out Devi. He's got a lot of poison on him. It's not enough to kill him, though. Even in the fountain, he regenerates a little bit faster. Schofield, he'll say hello to Ace and say goodbye as he turns around 180. Just on him, and he really wants to get that melee Rax. It could be an important piece to take away. Tidehunter Axe, though, constantly being sent at you. Tofu from range. There's the anchor. It's going to be hard to get out of that one. And there's the jump in from Whisper. Mickey responds with a blink stun as well, and that Tusk actually gets saved again. Shala coming in by Heroic. They sent all of their heroes deep into the base, and Liquid's going to try and fend them off. Nisha in the middle of everybody, and right now Mickey just gets taken down. The TK is gone. Tofu's getting focused by Yuma. Gets a bit of Kazarek Katana damage onto him as well. Schofield dead. Mickey with a buyback, and now Heroic. Can they disengage? Can they retreat from this fight? Liquid still on the hunt here. Storm going straight to the back. They're going to find themselves that Viper, but they cannot kill Yuma. They can't kill Whisper. They will find King Jungles at least and make it another kill for Liquid. But it is a costly buyback from Mickey. It was not an easy defense.
They have to be careful. Whisper is coming in.
Man is on the hunt. Now TP coming out as well from the Storm Spirit, and he's got no idea this is happening.
No buyback.
And that is a really big kill for Heroic, chasing on Tofu as well with the Snowball and the Diabolic Edict, doing so much work, but it's not enough to take down Tofu. And another one on top of Boxy. Yuma will take him, and the chase on Ace as they get him and force out a Ravage. Maybe a bit of frustration out in the air as well. But Heroic are definitely fighting with the skin of their teeth to get this into a game 3. The path is correct.
And Schofield also, he found Tofu as well.
Moving around, going for the setup. The scan is also there connecting.
They know.
They're going to be right on top, and here comes Devi with the jump on Tofu. That's going to be the Jakiro dropping first, and they got the TK isolated in the middle. They got the Wind Waker to save him from the Fiend's Grip, but they will lose Ace, and then without that Ravage, it's just not a fight properly. They're going to try and take down Yuma, though. The regeneration, they take Yuma down. He comes in with the buyback, recognizing DK's gone for 2 minutes. This is Heroic's time. This is their time to tie things up for this series with those 3 big kills, and now making a 4th as well with the Snapfire gone. Heroic, they're in the driver's seat. They're clearly ahead. And
slowly,
now
it's going to be nighttime. You place a ward in the enemy base, wait for those mega creeps to come in, and you're
Whisper's
going to
already
find
on the
an
hunt. He's
opening.
got the Hex. He props the Lincolns as well and bursting him down with the Refresher. Double Hex, and that's a statement. That is a statement from Whisper to Nisha on the Storm. But again, everything just balancing around. If we get a good Ravage, and can Mickey do the damage on the side? They'll use the buyback on it. They'll get themselves to Schofield at least. Devi with the BKB up, going for the teleport. He's hiding, and they got themselves the Wind Waker to break the Fiend's Grip. Once again, King Jungles can't get too much, but the raw damage, it's too much to deal with. Yuma does get stunned by Mickey, goes through the Solar Crest. They take him out, but the Mega Creeps running rampant inside the Liquid base.
They know it's a 4 versus 5.
Whisper going in for another. Yuma to follow up on that. He has a refresh BKB for himself, and they focus down Mickey. And that is your DK out for 100 seconds. Ace will be slept away by King Jungles. And that is Heroic claiming this base for themselves, and that game 3 looming right behind the corner. Tier Force down, forced into the fountain. Whisper wants to go in. Schofield with another kick. He kicks Ace out of the fountain, and it's just down to Tofu and to Boxy, and they're gonna get fountain farmed in the end. That is game 2 going for Heroic.
And that is standard Heroic. They woke it up here on the main stage in the first game. They were trying. We didn't see it in the group stage. It's not something that I saw people doing in pubs at all.
Bringing in the next assassin quite early on into the lane as well. The Enigma to stick around for a while. Secure one of the water runes. King Jungles throws in the silence here, but now they're going to focus themselves on that Husker. Remember, he is quite vulnerable, and that's going to be a first blood picked up by Liquid. So Liquid will get themselves on the board first. And this is something you're going to have to repeat. You've got the 3 heroes bottom. You see the Husker coming in. I think
really
the best way would
Nikkei?
be to just go on him again. Meanwhile, Nikkei is being hurt by these Eidolons. Even the new one spawning in from Devi. Running around in circles, creep wave under the tower. This is a pretty desperate moment for Mickey because there's not a whole lot to work with here. And he's still trying to run around the tree. Schofield almost running into him, gives the vision again. Another Malefice coming in from Devi and followed up with a Nick stun. And now Mickey finally taken down. Devi will take him with the Enigma. Boxy, it's too late for the party.
Yeah, he couldn't get there in time. Gonna be seeing that bully Huskar. I guess you might even leave the spears on level 1 and go for the multiple points of silence.
Yeah, the silence could be more valuable when you think about it. If you want to kill this puck ever, as the Coil's going to be connected onto 2 Schofield. He's trying to stun up Boxy, and he does manage to catch him, and Tofu. So both of those supports are taking a beating, and King Jungles gets to work, and that Jakiro's going to burn to a crisp, and nothing he can do to survive. 6 dots of spears ain't enough. 2 kills going in the way of Heroic, and that was the first Coil. And again, yep, something like that could definitely work. Tusk is also moving towards mid as Whisper is trying to do as much damage as he can to Tofu, but he's being slowed up by the Dual Breath. Beautiful Ice Path onto 2, and Nisha will take down Whisper. The Snowball going to be connecting onto the Enigma as well. And Boxy there to help out. Liquid find another kill. Bring it back to 3-3.
This is like, awesome, everybody died. I'm going to be getting my level 6. Well, not if they have something to say about it.
But they're going to go straight again for another. There's the Carapace coming in, but it's only a few levels in. So Schofield, tag team damage, too much to deal with. And they'll take down the next Assassin. Whisper just TP's in, but he was like 2 seconds maybe too late. Ongoing, let's see these moves towards top. Ends up taking a tower. And Mickey should be... I'm not sure if he wants to stick around though. Divine Whisper, they just go straight for the black hole play. The Coil's there from Nisha, and he silences them both, and Liquid looking for the turn, but Yuma is going to be the one to take down Mickey. The kill goes for Whisper, and Nisha and Tofu going to have to chill at the back. Devi dropping quite dangerously low there, but unfortunately not going to be enough. And you know, Liquid, they're going to need everything to keep themselves in the run here. Tofu is being still chased up by Yuma, but on the other side of the tree line, this Jakiro looks like he's still going to go down as Yuma gets to close in that gap. That hero's just a lot faster. Schofield! Chala comes out of nowhere and snipes Nisha, taking him down. And Heroic find another kill off of that Jakiro. Man. Successful gank, sure, but he didn't get the kill in the end, and King Jungles is the one being chased on the other side of the map as Nisha's going to bring in the Coil and Boxy to help him get that pick off. And
King Jungles is at least approaching his armlet. That's going to allow him to at least attack Case. He hasn't been able to do that in this game because he would just kill himself.
Sentry spots Schofield, Tofu, Nisha quick to respond. Take that down, and at the same time, they found Ace. So Yuma will find a kill for himself as Boxy takes down Schofield 1 for 1, and Armlet now finished. See what they can do with him. KJ taking a fight versus Boxy, trying to lure them in. Schofield, he spots Tofu, but that same sentry probably spotted him earlier. They're going to be fighting a Stampede as well. Onto Whisper they go. They want to get that Leshrac. They will. Ace will get this kill. The Blink is now also done to the puck, and they're going to be chasing King Jungles inside his own triangle. Get himself a second for Liquid. Difficult for Heroic to defend, but they've got everybody coming up. Can Schofield land that 2-man stun, for example? Devi's walking in, there's the surprise, and they're going to be set up here. They're going to have that stun lock available on Ace, and look how quickly he just drops there. Even through the blade mail damage, Whisper's going to be okay, and there's the black hole to save Whisper from a potential Tusk sneaking in a kill with that Wolver's punch, and he gets the kill as well. That's a triple for the Lesh.
I mean, Lesh doesn't have a lot of armor, but I doubt that Walrus Punch would have killed him either way. There's no hesitation from Devi. I mean, it makes sense. Heroic aren't really going to be going for huge team fights right now. They want a couple more items, especially on their Kez, and then they're going to be saving that black hole. For now, if you get a pick off with it, just use it.
Oh, nice orb usage as well. Go straight into the Skin Carapace, and then you can take down Mickey, and Nisha falls as well. The fires are burning. Whisper will survive with 30 HP. Yuma, he's got pretty much equal the amount of HP, and KJ will get himself a couple kills too out of this one, finishing off Tofu.
Finally, a little bit of impact from this Huskar coming from the other side, and this time around, Boxy, he snipes him.
And what's Heroic planning to do? Because I think we can kind of forget about Roche for now, by the looks of it, as we're going to be jumping in. And Tofu! He saw them coming in a big ice path, landing on Whisper, landing on Schofield. He saw them coming a mile away with that ward at the secret shop. Versus this Heroic lineup, and especially when it comes to a Huskar, usually a couple good items solves a lot of your problems. That was the improved shard, by the way. Didn't catch him, but Ace is going to get jumped on. Whispers dying to that blade mail. He needs to move away. And KJ gets killed by Nisha. So they got themselves that Husker simultaneously. Ace lives, Whisper lives, but both barely.
It's underfarmed. He's just gonna kill you every single time.
They're gonna try and set themselves up here for a potential defense. Divide, sending in the black hole onto 2. Nisha on the side of it, DK dropping low and will be taken down completely. And Puck still holds on to that Aegis. He's able to move away with the Jakiro. Jakiro, though, looks like he's still dead to Yuma as the Kazurai Katana just does too much, but Tofu will also be credited the kill off of that Yuma Kez. So Liquid will lose 3. They get a really valuable kill for someone. Well, there goes that element of surprise.
Yeah, probably. But this is expected from Liquid. They would have known that Heroic are coming with the smoke anyways.
Looks like they're still going to be contesting this area. Ace is in the front. Schofield's just going to annoy him a bit here by, you're not going to get a free wisdom for yourself, huh? But it is a pretty hopeless situation. Gets the carapace off. Still, another hostile walks in from the eastern side of the stairs, and they'll lock in Schofield. Ace gets the wisdom.
Kills her for this tower. I feel like you get this tower and you've gotten your opponents in a really, really bad spot. And at the bottom, you can still lose a fight.
Oh, KJ gonna get jumped on. Ace finds him, and Boxy's also hitting the side to focus on the Enigma. Davai looking for that black hole potentially, but he's just throwing his hands into the air for the Midnight Pulse, and now Whisper also in there. Black hole is also connected. It's on Ace. It's on Mickey. Mickey's trying to make it out with an armlet toggle. No, sir. Tofu also down, and just like that, a big swing. Davai will go down at least. Nisha will find a kill for himself. Can he make it out though? Tanking a lot of damage from Whisper and the Diabolic Edict. It is diabolic for a reason. It is painful to tank, and that is all of Liquid gone.
Yeah, that is why they are on your vision, but it is a risk that you might not want to take.
This down to a third of his HP, a fourth of his HP anymore, as Davai is only sending in the Warpine Raider. It's gonna be maybe too late. Schofield, he was read by Boxy. Instant reaction on him. Aegis secured. Black hole into the pit. It's got the bug. It's got everyone. Oh my God, Davai. Tofu is pushed away. Nisha BKB's up, but he's tanking so much damage that he just cannot find his footing in this fight at all. Davai's already anticipating where he's going. Blinks in front. Oh my God, Heroic.
He sees that the puck is phase shift, looking towards the base, right?
And you so without Heroic finding any answers to it, this could still be Liquid's game. Getting himself jumping in onto the Leshrac instead, and Nisha, he's over going to be there, take that kill and Whisper the black hole. It's only onto the DK, but Yuma is going to be there to assist. He force-steps himself away. I mean, is he going to be able to deal damage onto Yuma's make onto his Kez, and Kez falls down. Liquid, just what they needed. A bit of a breather, keep themselves in this one, and 2 core kills. It does really good for them.
This is
All right, vision removed. They know where they are now. Setting themselves up. 2 smokes already popped on the Centaur and the Boxy Tusk, as Boxy's gonna be the one jump first, then they take him out.
That's a buyback.
Nisha and Tofu trying to hit the back line and interrupting King Jungles, but not really getting any damage done. Ace also moving behind that Roche pit. Mickey find himself Schofield. This is a pretty big one if you can deal with him, and Boxy with the instant buyback. They have the tier 2 tower to TP to Mickey. He's chasing, he's got everybody right behind him. The black hole's pulling him in. Mickey down, Nisha's also excited. Ace, there's the snowball. They got themselves a save for the time being, but Heroic, can they hold their ground? Whisper's dropping his down, Yuma's falling as well. But he does get at least he got himself a bit of healing going in there. That Raptor dance saves his life. But big buybacks coming in. King Jungle's Whisper to buy, all buying back. So do Boxy and Mickey, and they still get Yuma. Boxy and Ace find the connection on the Kez and force another buyback, but Heroic, they're fighting for their lives to hold this Roshan advantage.
Heroic, they don't have buybacks, right? So going up the high ground is way too risky.
Absolutely, Ace is going to try and go for the steal. He's a bit early into the Roshan pit. Causes the roar to go through, and Yuma dies. Roshan with the roar just increased the damage that Yuma was going to take, and he blew up in a moment.
Oh boy, Davai, he needs to perform a miracle.
And he's gonna get caught with a stun as well. Nothing will be done by Davai as Ace gets on top of him. Whisper, early Diabolic Edict, thinking about that Roche pit. Can he go in there? But Liquid are not in there right now. Schofield is back in action. And there's still that sentry, but
I don't think they care,
Liquid are going elsewhere. They're not even going for the Roshan. They're doing something completely different. This could catch Heroic off guard. They're going to try and look to end the game here. Going straight for the tier 4 towers. Nisha in front with Ace and everything. They're going for the Roshan, but it doesn't matter. Liquid could just take this game while you are finishing an objective elsewhere. as these tier 4s, they are dropping. No Kez, no Enigma, Liquid. They are so close to finishing this one off. The Agent exposed. They got Schofield in the back line. They take the Nyx Assassin. He does have a buyback for himself, and KJ gonna get the jump out onto the DK, got the taunt with the Gold Scepter. KB's up though, and Ace is holding that front. They take the Aegis down. They'll be able to take down that Leshrac for the first. Can they get him another time? That could be the end for Heroic as Liquid. GG! Liquid take the series. They made the right decision.
What a call from Liquid to decide, okay.